Welcome to our Tuesday, September 19th, Communications and Technology Commission here at City Hall Council Chambers. I want to call to order our commissioners. Mention
Candace Weber,
Michael Brockman,
David Goldwater. Dylan Rothman. Okay, great. I'm going to ask our Commissioner Goldwater, David, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this point, can I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
moved.
second.
Okay, all those in favor, signal saying aye. Okay, and now we have minutes to approve from our August 15th meeting. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve the minutes from our August 15th meeting.
Okay, I'll second them. All those in favor signify saying aye for the approval of the minutes.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Are there any announcements or introductions?
Don't get on the freeway.
Yes. One of our commissioners had a great difficulty with all the traffic, but she made it. Okay, I don't see any public wanting to make comments, so we'll move on to new business. Michael Hart.
Thank you, Chair Sherman and commissioners. Anybody who has lived in Calabasas for any length of time knows we have kind of a love-hate relationship when it comes to providers and our city's wireless capabilities and just general fiber infrastructure backbone. There are spots where we have fiber in the ground in Calabasas, but we need more. It is typically not something that a small city like Calabasas can afford to do on its own. We're not a flat city all laid out in a simple grid like you would find maybe in Kansas or Nebraska or something. Lots of terrain issues, windy roads, etc. So you try to partner with a provider, or in this example we're going to talk about tonight, you team up with other cities. You put your heads together and you come up with something better. Well, that something is called the Regional Smart Cities Fiber Network. The cities involved are Calabasas, Agora Hills, Hidden Hills, and Westlake Village. Now, these four cities plus Malibu make up what's called the Las Virgenes Malibu Council of Governments, or COG, C-O-G. As we've discussed here before, there is a plan in place to lay down what is, in essence, a fiber backbone connecting these cities in the next few years. Now, Malibu has decided to hold off for now, so we're really talking about the four cities along the 101. This type of project is not something that will, for example, instantly make your cell phone work better. The idea is you put down this backbone and then carriers would branch off from that and be able to provide better service or different services to your home or business, or enable new technologies that we haven't even thought of yet to flourish. So we've invited Terry Dipple from the COG to give us an update on where we stand right now on the project and to answer any questions that you might have, commissioners. So Terry Dipple, if you're there, welcome.
I am. Thank you, Michael. And with that introduction, I hope that the commission loves me in the future and doesn't hate me. So, but all seriously, the Council of Governments for over a year has been considering a regional fiber project that would link all 5 cities together. Malibu has elected the first year to kind of sit on the sidelines because they have some other priority projects that they need to work on. but has indicated that that they might be involved within the next year or so. So just to kind of give you a little background, the COG, the Council of Governments, which is the 5 cities, elected to submit a project to LA County Metro called the Regional Smart Cities Fiber Network, and utilize Measure M funding that comes through Metro to build the backbone of the COG that would link all 4 city halls and possibly 5 with a high-speed fiber that then, as Michael indicated, could be spun off and service providers picking up from that point to take it into residential, commercial, or other parts of the community that could make it a lot more cost effective. The way that we can use the regional funds from Metro is based upon the assumption that by providing high-speed fiber to homeowners and to businesses, that there will be more people working remotely, and working remotely, it would have an impact on the congestion, and that's something that you can use the Measure M funds for, is something to reduce congestion. Now, the South Bay COG was the first to develop this idea and see it through. And so we're kind of second in line, hopefully learning from their mistakes and moving forward. We just had our kickoff meeting for the design engineering phase. The design engineering phase is a $300,000 effort, also being paid for with Metro funds. That effort will determine the future of the fiber network, what streets it's going to go down, what's going to be the main connecting route between City Hall A and City Hall B. So all of that is to be determined in the future once we have the results of the design engineering. That's expected to take 3 to 6 months. So we're thinking maybe by the end of the year, we should have a pretty good idea of what we're looking at. And it'll give us also an opportunity to have conversations with Malibu to determine whether or not they're going to be involved in the project. So that's kind of a quick overview. I'd be happy to answer any questions. I must admit, I'm not a fiber or a technology person. So it's something that has been new to me, but it's an exciting project, and it could be or it will be a very great project for all the communities.
Well, we certainly want to thank you for being here. Commissioner Weber has comments and questions for you.
Hi, Terry. Thank you so much for coming. It's nice.
My pleasure.
It's nice to see your face. I heard you say something about one of the problems I think the COG is trying to solve is congestion. Did I hear that right?
That's correct.
Okay, then I'm also wondering what other problem you're thinking that you're going to be solving, given that there's already companies that are offering, gig speed services now. And then in the future, they'll be offering multi-gig symmetrical services. So I'm wondering what other problems you guys think you're going to solve.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we're planning to do is, by connecting the city halls, there will be a permanent connection that can be utilized in case of emergencies, wildfires, flooding, but mostly wildfires in our region. And so that's an important element of the project. The other thing that it will do will be synchronizing signals in areas where there's a major artery that's running through the community. So it can address all of those things.
Okay, thank you for that. Another question. I think I heard you say that the funding comes from Measure M through Metro. Was that
Yeah.
correct?
That's correct.
So who's going to provide the funds to support this network in the future? Once it's up and running, who's going to maintain it? Who's going to administrate it? That kind of thing.
That's a very good question, and that's something that we've been considering as we move forward. Obviously, we don't want to get too far down the line without knowing what the future would hold. But I think most importantly at this point, we're stepping into this a phase at a time. We're doing the design engineering. If by chance it would say that, it wouldn't make sense, and the operations in the future aren't going to be economically feasible, the COG could elect not to pursue it. But it's something that I believe that, provided everything is as we expect, that they will pursue.
So,
And then but you're right. So in the future, we're going to be developing a business plan that's going to take into consideration, should it be operated by the COG? Should it be transferred to each city and then operated within the city? Or should it be contracted with a third-party provider? There's a number of options that we could utilize. We'd want to be economical in making those decisions.
okay, so I think what you're saying is we don't know yet, but there's a lot
Yes,
of options.
there's a lot of optimism, but we don't know yet.
And off we go, right?
Right.
Thank you.
Commissioner
My
Brockman.
pleasure.
Hi, Terry, again. Thank you for coming. I think you're at the forefront of a very important activity that I think was very necessary for a variety of reasons. So I'm hopeful that you're successful in the quest on doing this. At what point, in order to provide support for this effort, do you envision bringing the businesses into play, who probably can also have some great benefit by this, as a way of getting support or presenting this project in a way in which you already may have, if you have made contact, certain businesses that would be willing to help in this situation or interested in it in some fashion?
Yeah, the consultant has already begun that process. It's still in the very early stages, but they have begun that process. At our kickoff meeting the other day, there was discussion about routes and which routes had the most potential users along the routes, and how that would impact some of the decisions that are made during the design engineering. So it's kind of hard right now to look at the crystal ball and know what it's going to be, but we are taking all of those things into consideration.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it sort of seems to me a little bit folly if you were to go forward with this and only when you're getting done, contact the businesses and say, this is what's coming. Getting them involved in the process would be helpful.
Yeah, we plan to involve them and communicate with them early. In addition, the consultant has already begun discussions with the school district and with Las Virgenes Water District, because we expect both of them to be partners, participants, relationships in the future.
Commissioner Brockman, any more questions?
Yeah, I had one, but it's
Okay, we'll come back.
slipped by. I didn't come.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Commissioner Goldwater.
Hi, Mr. Dipple. Yeah, my name is David Goldwater. I'm one of the newer committee members here, commissioners. And wanted to find out, you're talking about the design. Are we talking about a complete engineering design or just a layout, or what exactly have you commissioned?
Well, we've commissioned, it's basically they're going to present a design, but it's it's inventorying what currently what current assets are in the ground and what would have to be installed in the future in order to put the fiber network. And as Michael alluded to earlier, we found just in the last year in discussing it and working with the various city staffs that they have conduit in the ground that the consultants have not been aware of. So this will allow them to put together an inventory and then expand on that to determine which route they're going to utilize and what potential's out there.
So by route, are you just determining the streets or are you determining placement?
I'm sorry.
By when you say route, are you determining which streets are your preferred choices, or are you actually designing placement with the layout?
I guess a little of both. And again, I'm not the technical consultant, but it's my understanding based upon the meetings that we've held with the consultant that they would be looking at what assets are in the ground and could we build off of those? And are those in an area that would provide the most potential, or are they in an area that is really kind of a dead end and they would need to go someplace else? So they're going to be considering all of that.
Now, if they actually found existing assets that maybe went a little beyond the scope, would they consider taking advantage of that to expand the?
Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Let me back up and say the main focus that we're utilizing the Measure M funding for would be to connect the 4 city halls or possibly 5 and have the backbone, and then it would go from there.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Hi, Terry. Is this supposed to be a money-making enterprise or just a service? Or
A service. Yeah, it's certainly not a money-making enterprise. We couldn't be utilizing the funding for the project if it was a private money-making enterprise. So it's intended to be a break-even nonprofit, like a city, a city municipal utility.
Thank you. That's an important point.
Commissioner Brockman.
When Breeze came by and the second idea popped. Breeze came by and my second idea finally popped. You said earlier in your presentation that, and I can understand at this stage, you're not quite sure what the methodology will be with regard to the interfacing of the cities, or will the cities run the operation, or whatever the methodology is. The only thing I can offer as advice is from our past experiences in running, not mine personal, but what I have experienced here.
Sure.
If the cities should be able to have some control over the system as it goes through their various territories.
I agree. I agree 100%. I couldn't agree with you more.
Okay.
And I would say that's really where the COG comes in. The COG is made up of the 5 cities. So it would definitely be community oriented. If it stays as a 5-city or a 4-city entity, or if it's broken up into individual entities for each city.
Thank you. Student Commissioner Rothman has some quick comments or questions for you.
Yes, thank you. So I understand we're still in the early phases here. Is there an estimated net cost of the project?
There's an there's an estimate that we're currently using. It would be, if we built the project out for the 5 cities, including Malibu, it's estimated that it could be $16 million. It's estimated to be $12 million to exclude Malibu and just link up the other 4 cities.
Okay, and is there a budget or that's just a regular cost?
We have funding that will pay for that, whichever way we pursue.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Commissioner Weber, did you have some additional comment, question?
I was just wondering, how you found yourself to be in this position. And what's your background? What is your title, or are you just volunteer?
Oh, I'm the executive director of the Council of Governments. It's the 5 cities of Agoura, Calabasas, Hidden Hills, Malibu, and Westlake Village. And I've been the executive director for a little over 20 years.
Well, that's something. Thank you. Do you have an engineering background?
Pardon me?
Do you have an engineering background?
I do not. I do not have an engineering background. That's why consultants are really important.
Well, you are one brave guy, I gotta say.
I have a couple questions. I'm sure that the carriers must be aware of this project, and would have some of the reaction been, has it been favorable that they can connect to it, or they see it as competition?
I think that they see it as potential competition. I don't think they see it as immediate competition. So, and it provides them, if we're successful in building this background, some of the, I'm a fish out of water on this, but I would think that some of them could, they might have a company that they could use or something that could provide some service or some way. I'm not sure. We're not trying to exclude those people. We're trying to build the high-speed fiber network for the cities, and then, the cities will be the cog, and the cities will be in a position to make those decisions in the future.
Question.
And by the way, I think the world of your daughter.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Alicia has been a breath of fresh air on the cog board.
Thank you. I do.
I'm sure.
Feelings, yes.
I'm a fan too.
I just was wanting to know, as the technology changes, is that's being taken into account, that like high fiber today may not be so high fiber in 5 years, but
that's true. That's very true. And, we're forward looking, not looking backwards. So we're going to be, utilizing the highest speed that we can get, or plan for at that particular time. If we move forward with construction, I would expect that construction could begin in smaller phases within 12 to 18 months.
well, any other comments or questions by our commissioners? No? Well, we really appreciate the information you've given us, the time you spend with us. So thank you again.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And thanks to all of you. Was there another question?
Yeah, what's the proposed size of the pipe? The size of the
conduit?
No, not the conduit, the fiber.
I'm not sure that.
Well, how much will it process?
Oh, that's that type of technical question I can't answer.
Okay.
I just don't have the technical understanding of that. There's probably somebody on your commission that could answer that question.
Michael, can you answer?
Actually, one of our commissioners, Commissioner Goldwater, has worked for many years with the carriers.
Yeah. Hi, okay, yeah, so I thought he was saying something about a 578 or it was a pretty decent sized fiber cable.
Okay.
And when it comes to speeds, if you're running through fiber and you're not maxing it out, you've got great speed. It's the bandwidth that's, that's what you need to, have built from location to location that's going to process
That's what,
all the data through.
that's the word I was.
Yeah.
It slipped my mind, bandwidth.
So yeah, it's fiber's fast.
Okay.
So anything going through fiber, as long as you've got the bandwidth, should be moving.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. We really appreciate
My pleasure. My pleasure.
it. Okay, take
My
care.
pleasure.
Good night now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. That was appreciated it. That was good.
Sure.
Very good.
Yeah, Terry's very good.
Okay, at this point, we like to have the monthly reports, the franchise fee report and the other reports.
Thank you, Chair Sherman. Pretty much standard franchise fee report. Cable companies are current and up to date with their payments. Cable complaints review. We have received none in the past month since our last meeting, so that's always good news. And there is no cable company report tonight.
Okay. And we're working on getting some of the subcommittees to meet. I know we're going to have a programming subcommittee in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to have a community engagement subcommittee also in the next couple of weeks. I don't know if some of the other committees, we need to encourage them to set up meetings. I'm not sure. I just was promoting the couple that I'm on because I know we need to work with them. So if you are part of one of the subcommittees and you haven't met for a while and you're not sure, offline you can talk to Mike Russo or Arvin to see what what's up and what needs to be done. Okay. And then our director's report.
Thank you, Chair Sherman. Not a whole lot to report tonight. If you look at the city smartphone app usage, we have that new provider we've been working with that new app. And in the past month, we have had 43 different requests with the app. It's a little more than one a day. To me, that seems a little bit low. And so I want to go ahead and maybe start promoting that again. We've kind of backed off on that and have been doing other promotions, but I think we need to remind people that the app is there. It is a very good app. And it's basically a nice, easy, simple, direct pipeline to City Hall. And as part of the packet, we do have the report on the Granicus and the YouTube usage by the public. And if you like, we can go straight into our CTV programming report with Arvin.
Yes.
Okay.
Check. Yep.
Thank you, Chair Sherman. Good evening, Commissioners. I'd like to go over our report productions for August and September of this year. Some of our new shows is Know Your Zone. It's emergency preparedness PSA. We interviewed a former resident of Calabasas who was here during Woolsey Fire 5 years ago, so got his story. That's on as well. Careful on the road around school area safety, and also opting in for emergency notices. We made a PSA for that. Our annual wildfire preparedness presentation with LA County Fire was postponed due to a fire. So that will be rescheduled, and I'll let you know about that as soon as we get to it down here. Some of our productions, our school boards are twice a month. Community center, roof, time lapse, and aerials should be a couple more weeks, and that's the end of that project. So no more roof work. It'll be all inside after that. Woolsey Fire, we also interviewed a second resident who went through that, and that person is Jerry O'Connell. So that'll be coming out as well shortly. We're working with the mayor on the state of the city. We're putting together videos and roll-ins and openings with him. So those that ball is rolling, and we're in the preliminary steps on that. Green Streets project is about to start on Las Virgenes Road. That's an area west of Thousand Oaks Boulevard where they will redo the sidewalks and the trails. So we are currently getting pre-construction video and photos of that. And as I mentioned, our wildfire presentation is going to be on October 2nd now, Monday, October 2nd. And of course, we'll be promoting that as we get closer to it. Some of our upcoming shows continue with our emergency preparedness videos. Again, Green Street ceremony, groundbreaking ceremony is on October 2nd in the afternoon. Real ID pop-up event, October 3rd. Walk-in flu clinic is coming up on the 7th. Library's 25th anniversary is October 8th. And of course, Pumpkin Festival is Sunday, the 22nd. So all those events are being promoted, and some more are the Mayor's Friday Letter, Film Festival. Calabasas Film Festival starts September 27th, so look for that. Our September e-news, of course, we're working on October e-news now. Our fall Park and Rec brochure, library events, senior center events, all those we promote and we cover. Also on our list is our 9 commission and school board meetings that we are working on in September. All this info and more is on our website, cityofcalabasas.com. And I'll take any questions if you have them.
Just that hopefully with the PSAs, maybe next time we could show them if they're short during our meeting so we can give broader coverage to them.
Sure.
Okay. Does anybody have any comments or questions for Arvin?
No, but I think that's a good idea.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, bring 1 or 2 of your best, you know?
Chair Sherman, if I may, one thing that Arvin did mention was the Calabasas Film Festival starting on Wednesday. And that is the reason Wednesday night's city council meeting will be starting a little bit later. It'll be starting at 7:30 instead of 7. Council members wanted to take part in some of the festivities, to open the festival. So they'll be coming over here a little bit later than normal.
Although I did hear that some of the council members wanted to see the films that they're not going to be able to see because they'll be over here instead. But that's just a rumor. All right, let's see. And now we're excited to have our student commissioner report.
All right, so you could open, oh, perfect, it's on the screen also. So today I have a few examples on just simply how to stay informed, just using web. And the examples I did were on Twitter and Facebook. So here. Yeah. Oh. Okay. All right. So first things first, how to stay involved on Twitter, just open your browser, typing in twitter.com, and you could sign into your existing account, or by making a new account, you'll be asked for your email, phone number, or just a password, just simple, just to get in like that. Oh, great. Okay. So yes, to stay informed, we need to reach the search bar at the top right of the screen and just type in Calabasas and you'll get many different options. And as you can see, I click on the city of Calabasas, and it's very important to press follow, of course. And once you press follow, there will be a bell icon that shows up just to the left. And by clicking on that, that allows them to send you notifications like straight to your phone, or on this example, straight on your computer. So it'll be pretty much instant. Anytime a new post or anything, you'll be involved, be in the know for just everything. And same with Facebook. So first, facebook.com on the browser, same as Twitter, logging in or just creating a new account. But you all have Facebook accounts, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, Calabasas on the search bar, and you could see, for personally, I believe Twitter is better for like messages about, for example, wildfires or just just any like events that are taking place or things that you need to be in the know, like right at that time. So it's super important. But for Facebook, I prefer to use it for communities. So you could join for groups. So as you can see here, I go to Calabasas community. And this community differs from the government because it's about anyone trying to sell something or just a little, hey, like there was a robbery or something happened in the community that you want to stay noticed about. And the government won't necessarily post those types of things just because they're not related to the government. So they're more a community-based type of thing. So as you can see here, click on Calabasas community, join group, boom. Simple as that. So now these important notes. So you may have to request to join these groups. So you may not always be allowed instantly once you press follow. So as you can see, I'll go back a slide here. We go to Calabasas community and I press join. So I'm not joined in that group immediately. I submitted what you can say is an application, and the moderator of that group will look for my application, review my account, make sure I'm a legitimate person to verify that I'm not doing anything like malicious. And once I'm accepted in that community, I'll get everything from the feed and I'll be notified instantly anytime there's a change or just anything like that. And yes, this is also very important. On your device, you may have clicked the bell to receive notifications, but you're not getting them. So it's important to go to the settings on your device and make sure you have notifications allowed. And once you toggle that on, it should allow notifications for any app or any website. And if that's not allowed, you may have to check it for specific apps or just in general, allowing it on your device. And you do have the option to have it send notifications at the end of the day all at once. And I wouldn't recommend that because you're not staying notified instantly. So yeah, just have notifications toggled on so you'll be in the know about everything. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions or?
Was this posted with the documents that go in the meeting online? Oh. Was your presentation posted with the documents for the meeting
On the website or the
on the
packet?
website?
It was
No.
not. Yeah, we can't. It was not posted today. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should it be something people can access or not?
I mean, they would be able to see it. But I mean, we could certainly post it. Yeah, it's not a problem. But they could also just watch the video too.
Yeah.
But if they have the document, they could go back to it and take their time with it.
They can take their time, but you're also not seeing, the animations or anything like that in here too, like what we saw here.
Correct.
You're seeing still images. So just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Just asking.
Yeah.
No problem.
So next month you'll talk to us about threads.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Future agenda items.
Just want to acknowledge to Dylan, that was terrific. It was a very good idea and you handled it very well.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Glad you're informed.
Future agenda items. Anything that we?
Yeah, I'd like to follow up at the end of the year when they figure out the engineering design layout with the COG, so we can stay on top of that and see how that's progressing. So that might be December. Would that be a good time to revisit? Or we may not have a meeting in December. January?
We're not going to meet in December. Maybe we do that in January.
Okay.
Too.
Likely in October, less likely in November. That's the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Okay. I think if no one has anything else to say, I think we've completed our agenda for tonight. So at this point, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, I'm sure it's yes. Okay, we're adjourning now to our next regular scheduled meeting on October 17th at 6 o'clock. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.